After 16 games here in the first season of the Cork City career mode, we find ourselves in second position, just 2 points behind Swindon Town. And as positive as I am about that, in the last episode, we actually did beat Swindon to go top of the league for a few weeks, but unfortunately our results dipped towards the end of that episode. So hopefully we can get back on track here in this episode, starting out with an away game against Oldham Athletic. And if you've been watching this series, you'll know that our away form has been considerably better than our form at Turner's Cross. And Oldham Athletic, I'm not expecting an easy game here from them. They are down in 13th place, but I do know they have some players that can do damage. And they could be in here straight away. Conor Brand having to make a save early, and somehow Hammond has put that wide. Oh my goodness me, the man christened as the Welsh Paul Scholes in Barfy Boy's career mode has somehow missed a tap-in front of an empty net. What a series that was as well from Barfy Boy, one of my favourite career mode YouTubers. But yeah, I mean, I said I wasn't taking Oldham lightly, and they've gotten off to a brilliant start here, and Hammond has made up for that earlier miss, and inside 10 minutes we fall behind here. I could feel it from the kickoff that Oldham were just going to give us a very, very difficult game here today. And despite the fact that away from home we've been pretty flawless, that streak I should say, is going to come to an end at some stage. But let's hope it's not here in this game, although we've gotten off to an absolutely dreadful start here so far. And here we are now in genuinely our first attack of the game. Of course it would happen as we're already 1-0 down. Here's Taggart, who I have put in for Keating in this game. I do need to start him a little bit more. Keating has been fantastic, but he ain't getting any younger. And Taggart is the future, as Allen, who's also had a very good start to the season, gets dispossessed there. So unfortunately this game not getting off to the best start. But look, there's a long way to go. I don't want to panic too much yet. But I don't want to get too complacent either. I think in the last episode, seeing how well we were doing maybe made me underestimate this league a small bit. Although, I mean, I did say I wasn't taking Oldham lightly, so I'm contradicting myself non-stop here. You can tell I'm a little bit frustrated. But yeah, it's not going to be easy in this season. Of course it isn't. But, let me hold that thought for a second. Taggart, fantastic equaliser. Maybe it is going to be easy. We're back. No, it's the League 2 is something that I really wasn't sure what to expect, is what I'm trying to say. We got off to a bit of a difficult start. We've gained some momentum. We've gone top of the league, or we went top of the league in the last episode. Now we're in second place, still in a very good position. But Oldham have proven that you can't really take the league position too seriously when coming up against a team in this division, because yeah, the league table can be a bit deceiving sometimes. Right, I'm going to end this rant because honestly I feel like none of it has made sense. I'm not going to lie, lads, if I hadn't scored that goal, I definitely wouldn't have included that ramble there. I really don't know what point I was trying to make there. I'll be completely honest. I was just talking and hoping something would make sense. I'll be completely honest about that. But here's Matthew Allen, who very nearly gave us a bit of an undeserved lead here, right at the end of the half. Good save from the keeper. We do get a corner, but I'm not going to lie, we've not been exactly brilliant with our set pieces so far this season, so I'm not expecting much. In towards Turl, headed away. That'll probably be the halftime whistle, unless the ref is going to let McManus have a go here. He has an effort, goes nowhere near the keeper, and yeah, that will be the halftime break. Bit of a quiet second half so far, but Taggart with a good ball there into Fitzpatrick. He's going to square it for O'Sullivan, who hopefully has stayed onside. Yes, he has. And once again, against the run of play, we end up putting the ball in the back of the net, and we are in front with half an hour to play here. I didn't actually mean to skip the replay of that goal, but hopefully we might be able to get a third one here. Here's Fitzpatrick, who assisted that goal. Here's Allen. Lovely turn. Matthew Allen has surely sealed it here now with 12 minutes left to play. Not the best performance, to be honest with you. It's actually been one of our more poor performances away from home, but it looks like it won't matter as Allen puts us 3-1 up here. And as I said, that should be game, set and match. The fantastic away form continues into this episode, which is really good to see, but the next game here is back at Turner's Cross in the second round of the FA Cup against Rotherham United. And I have opted to play the highlights of this game, and the first highlight is a penalty kick here, which is going to be taken by the Dennis Irwin regen Dylan Turl. Can he score what I believe is his first spot kick of the series that I've taken? No, he can't. He hits the post and Alan misses the follow-up. Oh, I don't bloody believe it. Dennis Irwin certainly wouldn't have been happy with that attempt at a penalty. I'm really gutted that he's missed that. We waste the next attack here. But once again, we get the attack? No? Oh no, it's for Rotherham. We're already in the second half. What the hell? There was only like 2 highlights. That's really annoying. Turl ends up intercepting that. I thought for a second they were going to continue that attack. We're already in the 82nd minute. Oh my goodness me. They have not included barely any highlights in this game. But here's Rory Keating with potentially the last highlight. Tries to play in Matthew Allen, but misplaces the pass. And we are still playing this game apparently. It's a free kick here for Powell. Let's try and get a man on the line here and make sure that we don't concede. Powell with the effort. Oh, Brand did have to make the save, to be fair. And that is full time, so are they going to allow us to take the penalties? I do remember a glitch in FC25 in the League Cup where I played the highlights of a game and it wouldn't let us play the penalties. Or actually, no, this would go to extra time. What am I saying? Of course this would go to extra time. Oh no, they're going to go right to a penalty shootout. Okay, right. Dylan Turl is up first. You've got a chance to redeem yourself here, lad. You better bloody make up for it. Come on, he's not going to miss 2 penalties in one game. What did I say? He did clip the post again, though. And actually, I think he did miss 2 penalties in one game in a League Cup game, but we simmed that one, so I don't really count it, as Bran makes a fantastic save here. Oh, and this penalty shootout so far has gone absolutely perfectly. Here's Rory Keating, who came off the bench for Taggart, who has gone up to a 59 rating, so I will be playing him a little bit more than Keating, but he does put away his spot kick as well. It's Gray up next here, who misses it, despite the fact that Bran has gone the wrong way. Oh my goodness me. Feely up next. I think he scored in the penalty shootout in the first episode that we did of this career mode. I've already forgotten who that was against, and that is a fantastic penalty kick right into the top corner. And if Powell misses this, we will then advance on through to the 3rd round of the oldest cup competition in the world. Come on, Bran, you've already saved one, you can save another one. He goes right down the middle, and Rotherham do end up putting the ball in the back of the net. But Fitzpatrick is up next here. He scores this and we're through. He's going to score. I'm telling you now, I have 100% faith that he is going to score this penalty. What could possibly go wrong? Fitzpatrick, you absolute dope. Oh my goodness me! Oh, I completely jinxed him. I only have myself to blame. Oh, the second penalty that we've missed in this game, both of them hitting the post. Here comes Spence now. He has to score. And he does. Oh my god. Are Rotherham about to pull off an incredible comeback here? Okay, I'm going to do the opposite now. McManus. He's definitely going to miss this penalty. There's not a hope in hell that he's going to put this penalty in the back of the net. He's going to completely miss it. No doubt about it. Look, he's going to prove me right here. That worked! The reverse psychology worked! And we do advance on through to the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Absolutely fantastic, as McManus goes over to celebrate with Joe Turl. And I really, really do hope that we do get a Premier League team here in the 3rd round of this competition. It would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, you know what? It's not a Premier League team, but it is a team that have previously won the Premier League in Leicester City. And you know what, lads? I actually want to get to this game in this episode. We do have quite a lot of games in between now and then. But look, I think we're doing well enough in the league that I don't mind simming a couple of games. I'll show you the post-match highlights of some fixtures as well, because I want to get to this FA Cup game against Leicester City. So the first game that we'll sim is at home up against Barrow. They are currently in 6th place, so this is a little bit of a risk as they are one of the better teams in the division, but we're going to quick sim it anyway because why the hell not? Let's see, can we get the 3 points here? Yes, we do! And Taggart is the one who gets the winner. Fitzpatrick getting the opener as well. They seem to be developing quite a good relationship there. Bloody hell, I can't speak in this episode. We took a risk quick simming this one, but thankfully the risk did pay off. It's Crew Alexandra up next away from home, and they are currently 2nd from bottom, so I feel a little bit more comfortable simming this one, although of course famous last words and all that crack. But we do end up getting the 3 points again, and once again it's the same two, Fitzpatrick and Taggart on target here in this game. As the old saying goes, things usually come in threes, so let's see if we can sim our third successive game in a row and get the 3 points, and let's see if it's Taggart and Fitzpatrick on the score sheet here as well. We do get the win. Keating came off the bench and got a goal. Taggart was on the score sheet, and it was Boyle, our left back, also chipping in with the goal as well here against Fleetwood Town. Okay, I might be slightly pushing my luck here, but Colchester United are 19th in League 2 at the moment, so you know what, I'm going to give this one a quick sim. I've had to make a couple of changes just because some players retired, but let's hope we can keep up our unbeaten streak in this episode. Okay, we do, but unfortunately we don't get the 3 points. Taggart and Turl on the score sheet here, and we did have to rescue a pretty late equaliser, but you know what, a draw away from home whilst we're doing this well, I can take that. I think this is a fairly acceptable result. Screw it. I'm simming one more game. It's Barnet at home. They're not having a great season at the moment. So yeah, once again, lads, I'm going to quick sim. I promise we will get into some gameplay quite soon. The Leicester game is very, very close. But once again, I'm going to hit the quick sim button. And once again, we're going to share the points. Okay, enough of the quick sims for now. Let's get into some post-match highlights as we took on Crew Alexandra here at Turner's Cross. I did make a couple of changes for this game, but we kept Andrew Taggart as the main striker, and he was the one who got the goal scoring started for us here. We did make a change on the right-hand side for this game. We gave young Brodie Lee one of his first starts here in League 2, and he rewarded that start by scoring an absolutely fantastic strike there. Really, really good run. Beautiful finish into that top corner. I feel like I probably will need to loan him out, though, to get his overall up ever so slightly, because at the moment, with the players that we're currently playing out on the wing, in terms of Matthew Allen and James Fitzpatrick, Brodie Lee's game time is going to be very minimal, so in this January transfer window, I might try and bring in an older backup right winger and loan out Brodie Lee and see what his overall is once he comes back. And speaking of Matthew Allen, he came off the bench to score the third and final goal of this game and to seal a fantastic 3 points. But the reason Matthew Allen came off the bench is because Owen McLaughlin did actually pick up quite a nasty injury and we did have to take him off. So I am praying he won't be out for too long. I think I just called him Owen McLaughlin there. Evan McLaughlin, of course, is what I meant to say. But unfortunately, he will be out for the next 2 months as he has suffered a broken metatarsal. But you know what? I had in my head it was going to be a 4 to 6 month injury. So 2 months in the grand scheme of things. It's not the worst case scenario, but definitely not ideal either. And we have now entered the January transfer window, but as you can see there, lads, we still don't have an awful lot of money to work with. Just over 600,000 in the budget, despite the fact we sold the likes of Shawnee Maguire, Sean Murray, and who was the other one? It was Kieran, wasn't it, the left back. We still have less than €1 million in the budget, so I don't really think we're going to be able to do much in this window, unfortunately. I mean, even when it comes to the youth scouts, we can't even afford to buy a new, decent youth scout, which is really, really annoying. But you know what? We did get a couple of decent players from the scouts that we already have, so I'm going to send them back out once again to Ireland and Northern Ireland, and hopefully we might get some decent players when those scout reports do eventually return. Okay, you know what? I'm actually only going to send out one youth scout, and of course we are going to send him to the Republic of Ireland. So these are the positions that I am going to be looking for. A left back, a centre back, an attacking midfielder, which we desperately need now after that McLaughlin injury, and we will also look for another winger. I am looking at my shortlist here as well, though, because we still only have one left back currently at the club. So if I was going to buy a player in this January transfer window, I think this is the area of the pitch that I would like to focus on. And of course, as I said, whilst we're in League 2, we can only sign players from the League of Ireland, and these are the players that we have shortlisted. I mean, this Ben Doherty guy, he's a little bit older, which makes me think that he wouldn't be as expensive. He's worth €300,000, but they're saying we could get him for around 190,000. So you know what? Let's go for a bit of experience. We've been bringing in a lot of young players into this team. Let's try and bring in somebody who is a little bit on the, not older side, but on the more experienced side to bring into this team. And of course, we do have our backup goalkeeper on the transfer list, but his contract is currently running out, so we might end up losing him on a free. So I'm actually going to include him here in this transfer offer, and let's just see what Derry City have to say. Will they entertain that offer? It would be really great if they would. Okay, they will, but they want an extra 185,000 on top of it. Okay, I'm not too sure about that. They want a 5% sell-on clause, which I don't mind. But I'm going to bring this down to maybe 140 because I do want to have a little bit of change left in the budget for contracts and, of course, for the youth players as well. I'll keep the 5% sell-on clause, though, as I say. Will they accept that? Yes, they will. Derry City, it's a lovely part of the world and a lovely club to deal with as well. And here we are now in the contract negotiations. He wants crucial first team player, which I think is more than acceptable. A 3-year length of contract, that's absolutely fine. He's currently on €600 a week. I'm going to offer him that and maybe an extra 100 quid up front. And hopefully he'll be happy to accept that and leave the north to come down here to Leeside. He doesn't accept it. He wants a 5.5 thousand signing bonus and a €4,000 clean sheet bonus. I think I said pound earlier when talking about the signing bonus. I obviously meant to say euro. I kind of want to bring that down just ever so slightly. Let's make it a flat 5,000 and the clean sheet bonus. You know what? I'm willing to give you that if you keep 10 clean sheets. There we go, because clean sheets have been few and far between. Will he be happier with that? Come on, lad. Yes, he is. Welcome to Cork City, Ben Doherty. To be honest, lads, I'm anxious to get to that Leicester City game, so I actually am going to sim the 2 games we have before that. Doherty will be making his debut here in an away game on the 1st of January against Bromley, who are down in 20th place. So let's see. Can we keep the streak going here with sim games? Yes, we can. We did have to come from behind, but Matthew Allen's brace gives us all 3 points here in the first game of the calendar year. And the final quick sim game of the episode will be at home against Tranmere Rovers. I remember in the reverse fixture in this series, James McManus scored an absolutely fantastic goal in this game. But let's see how we get on here at Turner's Cross. Can we stay unbeaten in quick sim games? I knew the streak would end eventually. But look, whatever. It is what it is. If you had told me we were going to quick sim that many games and only lose one of them, I would have happily taken it. But now it is time for the biggest test of the series so far, welcoming Leicester City here to Turner's Cross. And it may not be a Premier League team, but it is a team that have won the Premier League in the last 10 years. And it's absolutely crazy to think that Leicester pulled off that miracle a decade ago. And when you compare where the club are now to where they were then, it's actually quite sad to see. In real life, they are down in 22nd place in the championship at the time of recording. I mean, in a 10-year span to go from winning the league to potentially going down to League One is crazy. And I actually saw Leicester City play the day before they won that league title. I was at Old Trafford the day that Manchester United drew 1-1 with Leicester. And yeah, it's kind of a sad state of affairs, really, because not only did Leicester win that league title, of course, they won the FA Cup a few years later. They were in the Champions League quarter-final the year after they won the league, so they did keep the momentum going a little bit in that competition, even if they didn't do that in the league. And they were always in and around the European places as well. Yeah, it's a really sad state of affairs to see them where they are now. But I'm not going to take them lightly. I feel like I say that in every episode lately, in every game. But this is definitely a team I'm not going to take lightly. They've got Begovic in goal, which is quite interesting. Skip and Winks there in the midfield. They've got, that winger there. Oh my god, what's his name? Fatawu, however you say that name. I just used him in a Norwich career mode, not on the channel or anything, just in my own time. He is an absolute beast in this game, so I will be keeping a close eye on him. But let's get into it. The FA Cup third round here, up against 2016 Premier League champions Leicester City. If we somehow manage to pull off this result, lads, I think it would have to go down as the biggest FA Cup upset of all time. A League of Ireland team who've decided to come over and play in League 2, beating a team that have won the league and the FA Cup within the last 10 years. And were a Premier League team only 12 months prior. It would be absolutely incredible. But not really much happening here in the opening 20 minutes. We do have possession here. Here's James McManus looking for O'Sullivan. Here is Cathal O'Sullivan on the edge of the box, goes for the shot. Good block there by Suter, but we still have it. Here's Matthew Allen, a contender for player of the season so far. I did not mean to go back that far. Fikra Kelleher now over to Dylan Turrell. Gives it away to Thomas. I'm feeling a bit nervous, even though we really don't have an awful lot to lose here. I mean, the fact that we've even made it to the third round of the FA Cup is pretty impressive. But I really want to have at least one massive result here in the Cup this season. Ramsey, though, does put Leicester up here by 1-0. I mean, I say I want to get a big result in the Cup. We did beat Hull City in the League Cup, but we played the highlights of that game, so it's not that I don't count it. When you play the highlights, sometimes things do work in your favour. But here in a full game, it's obviously a lot more evenly balanced. And Leicester City do end up getting the opening goal here. Ayew playing it in there, and Ramsey was never going to miss that. He's not Oliver Hammond. He's not going to miss an open net. I don't know why I'm throwing shade at Oliver Hammond. I've nothing against the guy. Here I go rambling again. But we fall behind here after a fairly even opening half an hour, but it is Leicester who take the lead. And here they come again now, Leicester. They can smell the blood after getting that first goal there. Jordan Ayew with a very big chance there to double their advantage. Maybe I shouldn't have been wishing to get a team of better quality than League 2, because right now I am feeling the golfing class. Although, to be fair, I only felt that golfing class after they got the goal. Before then, things were pretty even. So hopefully in this second half, we might be able to pull back an equaliser here and maybe pull off one of the biggest cup upsets of all time, if not the biggest cup upset. I'm sure Macclesfield might have a thing or two to say about the biggest comeback of all time after their victory against Palace, but in this universe that actually hasn't happened, so I'm not going to count it. But Leicester once again nearly doubling their advantage. They're taking off the goal scorer Ramsey. Interesting choice there. But they get a corner here, which it looks like they're going to take short. No, they're not. They've bloody deceived me. Harry Suter with the header, but thankfully it misses the target. Good ball by Taggart. Cathal O'Sullivan. Cathal O'Sullivan has gotten the equaliser for Cork City here against Leicester City in the third round of the FA Cup. That is a sentence I never thought I would say, but I'm so glad I've been able to say it. What a brilliant finish. I stayed quiet there for a second. I just wanted to stay focused. Taggart, who's normally the target man, playing in O'Sullivan, who normally is the one to assist the goals. And it's a beautiful finish as well. And it's all square here on the cross. So far in this career mode, I have been playing it on legendary difficulty because, to be honest, lads, there's a few games I've been playing, or there's a few career modes I should say I'm playing in my own time where I've tried it on Ultimate and it's just unplayable. Like, there is no fun in that difficulty at all at the moment as Leicester put the ball wide there again. So that's why I said I keep it on legendary for now. But, you know, if we are going to go toe-to-toe with teams like Leicester quite regularly at this stage of the career mode, then I probably will have to consider upping the difficulty. But for now, I am going to stick with legendary difficulty. But I just wanted to mention that there in case anybody thinks I'm playing on an easier difficulty. I am on the second highest one available because Ultimate, as I say at the moment, there is just absolutely no fun in it whatsoever. I'm all for a challenge, but I don't want the game to feel like it's impossible because where's the fun in that? That's just annoying, and I really don't need that stress in my life, to be honest with you, as I nearly lose my voice. Less than 10 minutes to go here now, though. Here come Leicester again with Daka. Kelleher just does not have the pace at all, and it's Reid who puts it in with just over 5 minutes to go. Oh, that's heartbreaking. It really, really is. I thought after our equaliser, the momentum might swing into our favour. But no, Leicester are the team to get the next big chance. And that might be the FA Cup dream dead and buried here in Season 1. And you know what? It's been a while since I've done this. I'm going to break the emergency glass and go to a 4-4-2. How many times over the years on the channel have we gone to this formation and we've ended up pulling off some amazing comebacks? So Keating is going to come on for Allen, who did have a bit of a quiet game. He's going to go up front alongside Taggart. O'Sullivan will go out to the left-hand side. I did already bring on Brodie Lee to play on the right-hand side. Gilchrist is a bit tired, but he is still the most attacking option in the midfield, and I'll keep McManus in there as well because he always has a goal in him too. But you know what? Fikra Kelleher, he's absolutely knackered, so I will bring on Lyons to replace him. just to make sure that we have some fresh legs in the defence. But here's O'Sullivan now, into McManus. Gilchrist, come on lad. Onto his slightly weaker right foot, but he still plays it out to Brodie Lee. We're already into stoppage time. Taggart. Oh, it's Doherty. First game I've actually used him as well. O'Sullivan. Are we overplaying it slightly? I think so. Taggart. Good block there. We're not going to get the corner. And he's not going to get the follow-up there. He actually takes out the Leicester City player. It's not going to be a free kick. The referee does blow the full-time whistle. And we do, unfortunately, get knocked out of the FA Cup here in the third round. But hey, we went toe-to-toe with a team that played in the Premier League last season. So for me, that's something to be immensely proud of. The FA Cup dream comes to an end, but the League 2 dream is very, very much still alive. 25 games into the season, and we are once again on top of the table. 4 points clear of second place MK Dons, and we do have a game in hand. And also, we will be playing against MK Dons in the next episode. I did not expect to be fighting for promotion here in Season 1, lads. I really didn't. I thought this was going to be a season where we laid down the foundations, we set ourselves up nicely for Season 2, and then go on a fight for promotion. But right now, we look like we could be playing in League 1 next season. And that does mean that the transfer policy will update as well. We'll still be able to sign players from the League of Ireland, but we'll also be able to sign some other players as well if we are in League 1. But I'll talk more about that new transfer policy if and when we do get promoted. But that will do it for this episode of the Cork City Career Mode, lads. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy it, please do hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel as well, lads. I do have a goal to hit 1,000 subscribers at some stage in 2026, and I will talk to you all on Friday for the final episode of the week. Take care.